Hi, everybody.
Good
Um,
morning.
good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, however you are when you came across the Parent Trip on YouTube. I'm Olivia Spitzer. I'm the doula behind Doula Olivia.
I'm Sarah Fuller. I'm the lactation consultant at Opus Lactation.
And together we are the co-coordinators, founders, and drivers of the Parent Trip.
Who like to make a lot of road trip puns.
Oh, yes. Sorry, you should be ready for that pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
The Parent Trip started in 2019 as a kind of like thought process between Sarah and I. We were both taking private clients and working in homes, and we were just noticing that we were hearing the same thing over and over again, which was people saying, I've heard that X can help me, and I just don't know what to do next. And X could be chiropractic. It could be acupuncture. It could be finding a lactation consultant. It could be working with a labor doula. And we wanted to make that easier for families.
Yeah. And there's just such an overwhelm, right, of getting on Yelp or getting on Google reviews or wherever it is and trying to figure out someone who you can trust when you're like dealing with some of the most intense stuff of your life.
Yes, definitely. And when you add a newborn baby to that mix, it only makes it 100 times harder to do the kind of sussing out and evaluation that you would normally feel like you had the bandwidth to do before you had a baby.
I feel like the main time of day that I was like Googling things with a newborn was like 2 a.m. Which is just never a time that like you really have your brain capacity to like figure out what's going on.
Your frontal cortex is like super firing and you're doing really well, elevating at a high, working at a high level. So yeah, we came up with the Parent Trip. It started in April of 2019 as a physical event, just one on the east side of Portland. We got together 18 providers spanning pregnancy, postpartum, birth, and what we are calling beyond, which is basically if you have a kid who's older than one. So
because the intensity does not end there. You know, it's like just because you made it to like they're eating real food and, you know, even as they start heading towards like potty training, like it is still intense. You are still in it and you still need like a support crew around you.
Yeah, definitely. So that was how we began. Then in the following October, we went to 2 physical events. One on the east side and one on the west side. So we doubled our providers, we doubled the amount of raffle baskets we gave away at the event, and doubled our reach. And then April of 2020, coronavirus.
We had planned a physical event. We'd planned new venues for both. We were really excited. We were moving into Mama Space Yoga on the west side. We were moving into Ready, Set, Grow on the east side. And I had this big gut feeling that like those were our places, right? Like for our physical events. We were really excited.
Yeah. And it quickly became clear the physical events were not in the cards for us for a while. So we took our event online, which is what you will see if you continue through this channel. A lot of these videos are from our April 2020 event, which was our very first virtual event. And it was great. It was super fun. Sarah and I kind of emceed both days. It was 5 hours of content being broadcast from like right here in our houses.
Per day, 5 hours per day.
Yes. So if you're logging onto the YouTube channel, you're going to have access to roughly 9 hours, taking out like an hour of Sarah and I just being Sarah and I, of content, hearing from providers from both sides of the river, covering all sorts of modalities. And the reason why we put them on YouTube is because we wanted to make sure that people had access to this information. I think.
Yeah. So a key piece of our mission as the Parent Trip is, this event will always be free. Like that's a key piece you should know. Whether it is in person, whether it's online, like it is our goal to provide families in our community, but also now that we're online, the broader community with completely free access to maybe find the provider of their dreams, but also maybe just to learn like what the heck is craniosacral therapy? I've never heard of that before, and how can that affect me and my baby? You know, how does pelvic floor physical therapy fit into my life? I didn't even know that was a thing. And so for you to not have to make a phone call and try to get like a consult with someone you've never heard of, you can just sit down and watch the video of either of our providers. You know, we have two because we have the two locations, and get a little bit of a rounded idea of um, what they can do for you without having to have like a big commitment of time or energy or
Yeah.
money.
Yeah. I mean, that's the big thing, is that we're just trying to make it easier for parents to do this big thing, this big journey, going back to the road trip puns of parenting. So if we can help, that's our goal. So again, always free, always as accessible as we can make it. We're always looking for input and ideas. So if you have one, go to www.theparenttrippdx.com, use our contact form, reach out to us. You can find both of us through our businesses. We want to talk to you. We want to talk to you, Portland parents. We want to talk to you, parents around the world. Our virtual event, we had one pregnant family watch from New York, and they watched all day on our East Side event, and they can't see any of those providers, but they reached out to us afterwards and they said, we're going to try and find a chiropractor because she's having some hip pain and she's learned that this could help her. And that's the goal. So thanks for being on this journey with us. We hope you enjoy our channel, and yeah, I guess we'll end it the way we end all of our things, Sarah. Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.